Hey everybody, I'm Zach and I like movies, and I'm here to talk about the drama. So this is a rom-com of sorts, starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson, and they are play Emma and Charlie. They are appear to be a happy couple. They're very much in love. They had an adorable meet cute and everything, and they are set to be married. The wedding is like literally days away when we really get into things, and one night they're chatting with the best man and the maid of honor, and they amidst the conversation say what was the worst thing that they ever did. And when it gets to Emma's turn, and she says her thing, everybody takes it differently, and Charlie starts to spiral, and things start to kind of break down from there. And from there, it's this really darkly funny, uncomfortable, honestly, genuinely some skin-crawling tension, kind of drama. And it's this is some real good stuff. I gotta say, I just have to say on the offset, this is really impressive. Like, I've seen this like a few days after it had its first opening weekend, and it's really impressive that this does seem to have some legs, both at the box office and also in a lot of the conversations online. Because now that it's like out, and like what, and the sort of, well, in the marketing sort of plays it as a twist of sorts, of like when it's reveal what Zendaya's character is when she says what the worst thing she ever did was. People are like, I see people like actually like, approaching it. They're not being like standoffish, even though it could easily just be like done for easy sort of shocking provocation, just sort of like poking, like jabbing a hot topic with a stick kind of thing. There's been some like really interesting conversations online, even if it does go so far as to sort of taking sides of things, like Zendaya did nothing wrong, Alana Haim is a huge bitch, that sort of thing. But honestly, on that being said, this movie does walk a really fine line of bringing up these really interesting sort of societal taboos, but also also our reactions to those taboos, whether or not they actually were, whether they even go so far as just like, kind of thought crimes, like, oh, I thought about doing this thing, but I didn't like do it, so is it really that bad, kind of thing. The reactions are even really varied and interesting, like with Alana Haim's character, Rachel, who which honestly, she is like the funniest character in the movie. Like, every scene she's in, she knocked me dead. Like Alana Haim is just like her character. She just is like appalled and fits herself on a high horse and stays there pretty much the whole time. Or others would just sort of back, like, wash their hands with him, back away. But then Charlie, since he's very like sort of panicky and a little erotic in a way, like he's almost kind of like Woody Allen-ish, a little Woody Allen coded, because he's trying to like take his time and understanding it, and like just sort of figure out a way to reason about it. But then he can't stop thinking about it, and he starts to spiral, and it's like a scab that he can't stop picking at. And it really leads to these really funny, and again, sometimes it's funny, and other times they're like kind of sad. These moments where like the editing, which is really great, the editing's really sharp, where the editing will like play into these like sort of alternating like flashbacks slash like a history slash paranoid fantasy of like wait, did that really happen? Is this only how he imagined? Is this how it actually happened, or is this how he imagined it happened? sometimes it's a little obvious and like, okay, now that this bomb is kind of dropped in his lap, Robert Pattinson is like seeing Zendaya in a different light, and he's like, he can't stop imagining it, like, and it digs into, and it sort of like broaches ideas of like, cold feet, given that it's, the wedding is like literally just a few days away around the corner, and sort of like poking in a very Norwegian sort of sensibility of like, how well do you really know your spouse? How do you really, how well do you know the person you think you love more than you only love your own life, kind of thing. But honestly, a movie that this does kind of remind me of is actually Eddington, which really scans because Ari Aster was one of the producers of this, and I could see why he was sort of attracted to the project, because it does, like with Eddington, it digs into a lot of sort of thorny ideas, but doesn't, and sort of like what we, not only how we react to them, but what we do like with these kinds of this sort of like slow tumbling passages and rabbit holes we sort of like wander through, and like the way we sort of start cascading mentally, and it really helps that like it's all like, it's a little more, leans a little more art housey, like in terms of the editing, and also in terms of it's all like really smart, it's all like really smartly written, it's really well shot, it's got this like very nice sort of domestic, sort of a interior minimalism kind of thing. Like they have this, they have this really lovely apartment, which like I don't know how the fuck they afford that kind of space in New York, but gotta say the performances here are really great. Like I really love Robert Pattinson in this. I think this is maybe one of my favorite performances of his, because I never thought I would want to see him play a buffoon like this, and he is excellent playing the buffoon. He's all very just like very skittish. He's all very skittish and like always constantly second guessing himself, constantly getting in his own way, sort of trapped in the perils of his own thoughts, and has some very Michael Scott moments of like, oh, he's talking and he makes the situation 100 times worse. Please shut up. You're digging the hole and you're burying yourself alive. My God. But also Zendaya, I think really is putting this is another performance that I think really really should earn Zendaya some respect, as far as like, because I feel like a lot of people like just sort of like hand wave Zendaya away with like Euphoria and the Spider-Man movies. Oh, she's just hot and stuff like that. But I really feel like the stuff that she gets to do here, even though her character is certainly not terribly well developed, and most of these people aren't. I'll get to that in a second. But she has such wonderful moments of like really like just sort of the way that she's like keeping the way that she like keeps a lot just beneath hitting just beneath the surface that is like threatening to come out, and the moment that she like really does sort of like exercise these demons that she had in her life, and you feel that weight that is really off her, and it was really more and she felt like really in that scene she really felt like like she was able to just say it, and then it was just kind of kept thrown back in, keeps getting thrown back in her face, and she handles it all really, really well, and and I really liked a lot of what it was bringing up in terms of like the kind of a relationship dynamics, and like digging into like a lot of the thorny, darker side of things. It feels like, especially like the first 2/3, it feels like it kind of lost some of that when we finally did get to the wedding, which honestly should have been like more the one of the big like kind of when it would dig into the kind of into when it would like dig deeper into that kind of thornies, into like that kind of like real dark stuff, especially with like other stuff colliding at that same time, you know, like at the wedding, and it's man, it's man, like but I think what we do get instead is this like just a great showing of some just like hide behind your hands cringe. Like, wow, if my god, if you love some real, if you love like just real, if you just like love squirming in your seat, this movie will be for you. There are plenty of moments throughout that will just like, you'll be laughing, but you'll also just be like, ugh, it's a slow motion car that you can't look away because it just came on fire. Oh god. It's so yeah. Like I do think there is a bit of a missed opportunity for like really like I said, really like digging deeper into like who these characters are, but like like sort of like again feeding a little more into like the things that it sort of skirts, you know, like brings up and does interesting things with, but doesn't like get too deep in the weeds of things. I guess in a way you could call this like an A20. I once saw somebody say this was like an A24 friendly Lars von Trier movie, which I think does kind of make sense, because like I don't know, it's like I think like I could think of the darker version of this movie as like, I don't know, something akin to like The Celebration, which like I don't think Zendaya can help you make that movie do numbers. Jesus Christ. But that being said, the final scene of this movie, wonderful, really touching too, and honestly, yeah, just a really solid, never boring, very captivating and fun. Again, funny, tense. This will really make your skin crawl sometimes. And yeah, all the performances are really great. Again, Robert Pattinson is a great buffoon. Zendaya does good stuff. Alana Haim, I loved Alana Haim in this. Every scene with her was the funniest scene. But also you get like occasionally you get like just like sort of one-off characters that like will either make things more awkward or more funny depending on your tastes. Like that one photographer lady just had me howling with laughter. I was she was, oh man, that scene was so funny. But you know, and also have to shout out the score from Daniel Pemberton with these like really interesting, with these really great use of flutes. Really added a lot to the atmosphere of like, again, it feels light and almost sort of playful, but also like just like you're gripping the edge of your seat. Oh man, I really can't wait to see this next awful thing that will happen kind of way. And yeah, that's I think absolutely what's good about the drama is that the good in the drama is more than outweighs any complaints I might have, and kind of feeling a light 8 on this. I really like this, and I really look forward to more conversations. This is a real conversation starter, whether or not even if you just find it just sort of like empty provocation. I think it does. I think it will at least get people talking. There is a bit of a social media aspect inherent to the movie itself, but for now, I think that's it. That's the drama. That's the tea was spilt, and fun times were had, most of the time at least. And yeah. That's all I got. I'm Zach. I like movies. I got a whole lot more movies to watch. You will not believe the kind of all the stuff we're watching. Like, my God, I got like my plate is full. It's ridiculous, but all right, that'll be it. What did you think of the drama? What do you think of its whole? You know, what do you want to? Do you have any takes that you want to dish out? And but yet, I like movies, and hope you check it out, and keep watching movies, and keep enjoying life, and really, I'll see you next time. You all take care of yourselves.